Hey, what's going on everybody? East Tactics here. I wanted to make a quick video, kind of show you what happened to my vehicle the last time I took it out for a quick bash. I actually broke one of the RPM rear A-arms. If you look close, you can see here the A-arm itself, this loop that wraps around the pole back there, actually ripped. So there's basically a seam along the edge of this that it basically just ripped out. So the question is, you know, what breaks when you've already kind of done a lot of the beef factor upgrades? And this right here, the RPM A-arm itself, is one of those things. So, you know, they're like 12 bucks for another set, so I went ahead and purchased some. But I'm actually sitting here scratching my head thinking, you know what? I could probably do something to this to repair it and not have to put on a completely new A-arm. So I have a couple of ideas. But one of the first things that I wanted to kind of show you was I put my own hole on this one, and as you can see, I will be able to unscrew it without taking off the rear bumper. I'm going to do the same thing to this side here in a minute. Anyway, so I'm going to drill this next hole, and we're going to remove this piece, see if we can't slide off this arm, and then mod this to make it strong enough to put back on without having to use the new ones that I have on their way. If it doesn't work though, I'll just replace the whole arm. Like I said, they're not expensive. I just feel like doing some MacGyvering. So, alright, let me get my camera set up. Alright. That will work. Alright. Without having to, again, take the rear bumper off, you need to remove just the back two screws completely from the bottom of the car. Alright, so remove both of these completely, and that should make it to where you can pop this piece out pretty easily. There we go. See, you'll notice it's got these two, so this flanged area fits in, and then the two back screws go up through it. So you need to make sure you remove the two back screws. We're leaving the back bumper on, obviously, but you just need to remove those two back screws. So, alright. Now, we should be able to pop this side off. There we go. Alright, so I'm not sure how well you can see it, but you can see the crack right there where it basically just ripped through that whole thing. So I guess that's a weakness. So what can we do to beef this up? What I was thinking about taking a hose clamp. First, these things are cheap, so first I'm going to snip off one end. I'm going to snip off another. Then I'm going to bend it around this thing and squeeze it to shape so that it takes on this shape. Then we're going to put a small hole through here, all the way through, and put basically a bolt or something through it, and then put it back on. Let's do it. I mean, it's either that or I basically throw away the whole A-arm and put a new one on, which I've already got one on order. I'm just going to do this modification in case, you know, you don't feel like ordering a new one, or if maybe even putting these things on even before this happens on all four of them as an extra beef factor pro tip or a tactic. So, all right, so first thing I'm going to do is get a small drill bit, and we're going to drill a hole through this. So I'm going to be drilling a hole through the A-arm that's about that size hole, and use this M4 lock nut on top. All right, made it through. So what I did was hose clamp doesn't quite have the right size hole, so holding on with pliers and then going through the same hole just kind of burrow out a spot in the actual hose clamp as well. All right, so it looks like both sides should take the screw now. Okay, there we go, nice. Went all the way through. Now we're gonna stick on the lock nut. All right, and there is my MacGyver work on this. Now let's put it back together. Okay. Feels pretty good. And I was worried that there might be an impact on the bolt being on the bottom side, but really I don't think it's going to make any difference because it looks like there's plenty of room, plenty of it. So now we can screw back in these bottom ones. That's my temporary solution while I wait for the new RPM A-arm to come in. While that bolt is kind of a little bit obtrusive, and I might have actually put it through the opposite way. It doesn't, you know, it's not impacting anything. If anything, it acts as a secondary droop screw, so a backup droop screw. So there you have it. Looks like it's going to work pretty good. We'll get this out for a bash and see what happens. If this holds for a long time and people are having problems with the RPM A-arms doing what happened to mine, it might not be a bad idea to create a set of 4 and preemptively put metal straps around all 4 of these suckers and beef up the Arrma Kraton. Putting the holes in here like this has really worked out nice. I'm definitely liking it. Go in and hand tighten these so that the drill doesn't do any stripping damage. That feels good. All right, there we go. You can see it now really well in the light. Honestly, I'm pretty confident that's going to hold up, so I'll keep you guys informed how it does, and whether or not, obviously, if this becomes a big issue for people after they've beefed up the whole back end of their car with aluminum parts, finding that the next weakest point are these A-arms, maybe even preemptively going in and putting strapping around all four of them to strengthen it up would be a good idea. I don't know. Anyway, that's a wrap on this video. I just wanted to thank you guys for watching my videos and my different tactics that I've been utilizing to keep my RC car going, beefing it up, and appreciate any subscribers that have hit that subscribe button. Keep an eye out for new videos, new tactics, and new ideas moving forward with this Kraton. East Tactics out.